Staying small in business, it is not a strategy. It is a disguised fear dressed up as a purposeful simplicity. Let's be real. You have probably heard the phrase, I just want to stay small. Keep things simple, right? That is just a normal way a lot of people say it. And I believe it sounds noble, feels humble, right? But here is the truth. No one saying staying small on purpose often marks a deep-seated resistance to leadership, visibility, growth, and expansion. And while you think you are avoiding stress, you are often inviting struggles. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I am pulling back the curtain on one of the most dangerous business myths we have normalized. Because the cost of staying small is more than income. It is impact, influence, and inheritance. Let me tell you a story. Several years ago, I worked with a brilliant coach, heart-centered, deeply transformational, and painfully underpaid. She refuses to raise her price and turn down media's opportunity. She said things like, I just want to stay small and serve the people that is close to me. Do you imagine that? Like if a media just walk up to you and said they would like to have a business with you, they have to partner with you, and you turn down such offers. Do you know what that costs to your business? Do you? Like, I don't just get it. But when this lady told me, I ran my brain around it, I cannot hold it. Because it's just like a mind-blowing. Like, how can a media already, they already have an audience. They already have what it takes for your system, your offer, or whatever thing that you have to blow up. Just like a big company, like NBC walk towards you and asks you, we want you to be partner. We want to partner with you. We want to promote your service or your business. Do you know what that impact we have on your business? That is no-brainer. But month after month, so this lady, he had to explain to me that month after month, she could barely pay her team. Her energy was drained. Her reach was limited because she's only serving the people that surrounds her. She's only serving the people that she only knows. She refused to, expand her reach. But she have a very good offer. She have skills. She have potential. But she don't want people to know who she is. She don't want to bring a story out to the market. And that cost her in life, in her business, and in everything. And the worst of all, the people she meant to help never heard her problem wasn't a lack of skills. And do you know what that means? Comfort with visibility. She just don't want to get exposed. And when it reached to me, I give her a good advice. Because your comfort zone cannot bet your calling. Staying small when you are called to scale is self-sabotage in disgust. And when you are staying small, this is what it actually costs you. And what most entrepreneurs don't count in the cost of staying small. The first thing that is going to affect your business model is revenue limitation. I'm going to write it up. So there's the cost of staying small. The cost of staying small. Revenue limitation. Number one, revenue limitation. You will actually cap your earnings potential. You can't serve more people. And you risk building businesses that depend too heavily on you, making scaling impossible. Because you don't have enough revenue, there's no way you can be able to build businesses. You cannot scale. There's a lot of things that you cannot do because this revenue ceiling already make you cap. You cannot hire people. You cannot invest on innovation, right? You cannot invest on system. You cannot hire experts. You cannot build a team. Then it makes you only the person who do the thing. So, revenue ceiling, when you are operating at the lower level of staying small and in the 4 level of value, you might be capped on implementation because everything is built on you. One of the costs of staying small is revenue ceiling. The second one is creative suffocation. operating on a small scale, right, keep you from hiring talent. Part of what we just discussed is exploring collaboration. You cannot be able to collaborate or investing in innovation. Your vision stays trapped in maintenance mode. You cannot be able to do the thing that you are called to do. Since you are going to be operating on lower scales of business, you cannot be able to do all these things. You cannot be able to hire people. You cannot be able to scale. You cannot be able to invest on softwares, on implementations, on human power, because you don't have the revenue to do these things. And you just keep cycling. Due to the problem of lower revenue, then you might be worrying about leadership avoidance. Leadership avoidance, because you don't want to manage people, right? You avoid scaling, not because that you don't know how, the fear of leading at a higher level. You are afraid to lead other people. You don't want to deal with their emotion. You don't want to do with their interaction, with their communication, with suggest opinion. Because when you are leading, you have to pay attention to other people, and then you receive their opinion. That way, you can be able to communicate with them, right? But you're not going to do none of that. Then, because you don't want to deal with people, that's why you stay small. You don't want to have employees. You don't want to have people that can help you boost your business, because you are afraid of serving the people at the highest level, because you have to inject yourself in them in order to persuade them to meet the vision of the business. But you are not going to be able to do that. That is why you are staying small, afraid of fear of leadership avoidance. If you take all this, you'll easily be able to scale. But if you don't want to scale, you fall within this category. You can't serve deeply when you are staying quietly. Playing small does not protect your purpose. It silences. Because when you are playing small and you have people that you are calling to serve, you understand, you cannot be able to meet or fulfill your purpose. You will silence your calling. And there's a lot of people who your transformation could have helped out there. But for the fact that you cannot be able to make yourself visible in the marketplace, it becomes a problem. People cannot be able to have access to you. And your thing, you only remain within the cycle. And that is a big problem. So why are you staying small? Why do people choose smallness? Like, why do people choose that they just want to stay small? Because there's psychological things behind it. When you stay small. Now, let's look at why do you want to stay small, and what are the costs that can make you to stay small? It's part of what we have already talked about here, but we are going to go more deeper. The number one of staying small, why people stay small? Why staying small? One, the fear of visibility. What if I'm judged or fail in the public? Like, what if I'm judged? We just literally ask ourselves, what if I'm not doing the right thing? What if people will say this about my offer? What if people will say I'm not yet a pro? What if people will talk bad about me? What if people will say, oh, I know when it just started? You know, there's one thing that changed my mind around the ideas of visibilities, because I've been there too, long time ago. I don't like to be on social media. I don't even like to pitch people about my offer, right? So I went to a seminar, and my takeaway in that seminar is that when they are talking about the visibility, so the speaker said, why are you judging yourself? Why do you think people will judge you? Why do you want to listen to the noise? Are they paying your bills? Only that word sparked my attention. Are they paying your bill? From that day, I started learning how to be visible in the marketplace. Because nobody pay your bills. You have family to take care of. You have people around you that need your resources. You know what you want to use your resources to bless other people who cannot be able to afford it, who cannot be able to live the life that you are living. Maybe you have some other things that you want to support, like a program, like a non-profit thing. If you are living small, or if you pay attention to the new sayers, you are killing your business, you are killing the calling that you have been destined to call. So, why do you want to listen to the people? Fear of visibilities. what people is going to say about me. And all this, we are the one that make it up. And another thing is fear of leadership, because we don't want to manage people. Fear of leadership. I don't want to manage people. When you don't want to manage people, how do you want to scale your business? When you don't want to deal with people, how do you want to transfer? How do you want to serve people at the highest level? You need people in your team. You need people because there's some certain things that you are good at. There's some certain things that you are not good at. That is why teams comes in. And that is why you are the leader to delegate the tasks in order for the business to grow, in order for you to reach more people. If you plan to stay small, these are part of the why you are staying small, because you don't want to talk into the other people's opinion. You don't want people to give you opinion. You don't want to manage other people's talk. Who cares? You are called for a particular assignment, and your process is the assignment. The people is waiting for you, because as you are changing their life, you are literally changing your life. Yes, but when you stay small, you will overwork, right? You will over-deliver, and then you will underpay, because you are not going to be able to provide the transformation at the highest level. So if you manage people, it becomes super easy to do that. It becomes easy to do that. And the other one is imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome. And imposter syndrome might be like, who am I to grow big? You know, when we have all this belief system that who are we to be on the stage to speak, when we belittle our moral standard, when we belittle that thing in us that we are not capable, that we did not worth doing some certain things, that's the imposter syndrome. And we just create that stuff. And we just create the fear. We just create I'm looking for the right word for it. But we are made in the image of God and likeness. We have everything. We have the skills, we have the ability, we have everything to be able to crush out this imposter syndrome. But because of the society, the lie of the society, what the society already brained in us, we keep settled down for the inner thinking. And we just not only settle down for it, but it's killing us gradually, because we don't want to do the thing just because of what the society are saying about us. Don't forget, they are not paying your bill. They are not paying mine either. So why can't we go and explore and go pro? Because the idea is to go pro. And another one is misdirected value. Number 4, misdirected value. Misdirected values. Add S to it. Forgive me, my writing might look. This is C, okay, directed. Misdirected value. Something like big equals to greedy. Small equals to authentic. We just make that up. We make it up. Like if you are dreaming so big, like how we usually say is that rich people, because they are rich, they are greedy. Rich people, because they are rich, they are the wicked. They are mean, they are selfish. Let's stay small, because we are the holy. When you stay small, you don't want to cross people, you don't want to do big things, you are the holiest. You don't want people to talk down on you, you are the holiest. Like there's particular things. I saw one article either on YouTube or on a paper when a bank was sued, and then the director of the bank says that if you are not being sued, or if someone are not going after you, that means you are not doing big things. Hey, I don't say you should go and cause trouble to get sued. But if people are not saying something about you, that means you have not started. People will like say any kind of things about you, about your offer. When you start going pro, like people will say, they will call your kind of name. So that's why entrepreneur, you have to have the thick skin. They will say you are a scammer, you are this, you lie, you cannot do this. They will tell you all kind of things. But you have to be ready, because that is what the society is designed to do, to bring you down, to make you not to shine, to make you not to advocate for the good. That's just it. But you can play the game with them, as long as your process saves people. It gives people the highest value. And those people that is called to serve, they will always come. Like literally, yes. So here's the wake-up call. Why staying small is not always humble. Like it's really awful when you stay small. So you need to go pro. You need to live from your comfort zone. You need to live from that staying small to go big, because that is where you can be able to tap into the arena of breakthrough, of success, of divine riches when you implement, when you systemize. And anything that you cannot systemize, you cannot scale. Or anything you cannot scale, you can't systemize it. Because when you build business on you, there's no way you can systemize it. You need a system to be able to systemize it. That way you can give huge transformation. So why settling for less? It's super harmful for you and for the people that you are called to serve. It is because when you settle for less, do you know what you are literally doing? It keeps your message muted. When you settle, because nobody's going to hear you in the marketplace. Muted. Not only keep you muted, then it keep your gifts unexposed, right? Unexposed. Why should you mute your message? Why do you want to mute your message when a lot of people are waiting for it to sound loud? Why do you want to hide your gifts when you should have used the gifts because it's an assignment that is destined for you, for other entrepreneurs to benefit for who you are, for what you have to say? Then they cannot discover it. They cannot see it. They don't even know how it's coming. And the worst thing is that it conditions you to be on a survivor mode when you are called to build wealth and legacy, right? You're going to be on survive mode instead for you to build legacy, wealth, and riches. It keeps your message muted, your gift unexposed. It puts you under a survivor mode just because you stay small. Why should you do that? And a lot of people need your message as an assignment because you are being assigned. Because everything as an entrepreneur is an assignment, is a calling. We have to set people free. Why do you want to settle without setting people free? Why do you want to live? Why do you want to operate under the survivor mode? Why do you want to operate under the small cycle of your influence? Why don't you want to go pro? Because the more you go pro, the more your business expands. The more you go bigger, the more you reach more audience. You give people the transformation that they're looking for at the highest level. You work less, you deliver higher value, and you get the freedom. You buy back your time. So why don't you want to buy back your time? Like every single entrepreneur need to buy back their time, and there's a process to it. There is a system to get that done. So why do you want to settle for less? Now, let me ask you a question. Have you convinced yourself that staying small, it's a noble strategy, or is it a safe excuse? With everything I've been saying since, why do you want to stay small? So that people can say, oh, you are the holiest. Do you think it's noble to stay small when you cannot give back to the people at the highest level? Then you want to hide that skills, that talent? You need to tap into your genius. You need to tap into to recognize your identity and use that identity and help people who are in captive for that knowledge, for that thing that you already have. Set the people free. Why hold into it? Go pro. Lead the way. Let people know, because your genius is specifically designed for you. Mine is specifically designed for me. You can't be me, I can't be you. So why don't you expand the message to a wider reach instead of keeping it within some cycle of people that you have chosen? You need to break that. So if I can do it, you can also do it. And the market is super big for everyone. The market is waiting for you. So let me take you to the shifting premium thinking. Let's go to start thinking premium. The shift in the mind. Like, let's see how we can break that shifting, that belief system using the wealth icon system. Because that's the only way I can be able to show you properly. Let's shift the entire belief of shifting belief. When we shift the belief using the wealth icon system, which the first thing we teach in the wealth icon system in our framework, the first one is purpose to profit positioning. Purpose to profit positioning. So if your offer does not reflect your true worth, you are not in alignment. First thing you want to do is that you want to make sure that your offer. What is your offer? What problem your offer is solving? When we discover that, who are your audience? When we discover that, how do we narrow the audience down? When we're able to discover that, how do you use a premium languaging for that offer so that it can be able to target the right avatar, the right audience? Now, we position the offer to the marketplace. You can only do this because you have to be aligned with your identity. Like, what are the things that you can be able to help other people other than you to get a quick result, a fast result, without you working out yourself, like something you can do effortlessly. And then we streamline it. We discover your real offer because it must be aligned. Through that, you must position yourself from the identity, not from insecurity. Because then, when you are hiding, you are operating from the insecurity. Like, you don't want people to know you. You have those beliefs, which is great. But now we're changing those beliefs. But now we're taking you to the marketplace to recognize that you can address that problem. So you are selling, or you are positioning your offer from your identity, not from insecurity. And the second one is brand authority elevation. Brand and authority elevation. You can't influence the market while hiding from the marketplace. That's just it. There's no way you want to have an offer and you want to go pro and you're hiding from the market. You cannot influence the market. You cannot beat the algorithm. But you cannot literally influence the people if they don't know you. People have to know you. They have to believe in you. They have to know your system. They have to already consume some pieces of information, at least minimum of 6 to 10 hours of your time. Without that, market doesn't know you. They have to know who you are. You have to show up to the people. Then, brands. How do you position yourself in the market? Are your social media, are they branded in the same way? Because the brand is not the business. You are the funnel. You are the brand. You build the brand on you. You become a brand that people look for. You are the brand. No one else. That's it. Brand and authority positioning. Elevation. What are the things that you are doing to get out there for people to start knowing you, for people to know who you are? That is what brand stands for. Because the brand is going to elevate you as an authority in your space. The way you position yourself make you be the person. Brand make you visible. It's not vanity. It's stewardship. Because the more you become visible on the online, you are giving those valuable things that people want to listen to. You are serving people. You help more than you ask for. You give willingly more than you receive in the marketplace. People get some great content from you, some great service from you. Even people who you have helped before, you call them and you ask them if they need your help, and you render the help without asking for anything. The market is recognizing that. Brand is not about vanity. It's about stewardship. You serve, you be the server, right? You render the service to the marketplace, to the people that you are already called to serve. Then we have the wealth building system. You don't scale by doing more. You scale by systemizing transformation. But build model that multiply your message, not your workload. For the fact that you are shifting the behavior, you don't have to do that much work again. You don't do more. But instead of that, you systemize everything. You systemize the transformation. And when you systemize the transformation, you know what happens? Everything changes. Because when you are operating at the lower level, you are not systemized. You are not using system. You are not scaling. You are over-delivered, burnout, and underpaid. And when you systemize stuff, you buy back your time, and you get the financial freedom and freedom of life. Instead of working in the business is working in himself. And that is the beauty of shifting from staying on the lower level of operation to embrace the calling that you are destined to be. Here is my recommendation for the new belief system. And that is what I want you to take away. Are you ready for my recommendation? I want you to replace "I want to stay small" with "I am called to serve at scale." Like, replace "stay small" to "called to scale." You have to replace this because you are changing your narrative. You are changing your belief system. Like, I am the man who do the thing, right? I am the person for the solution. I am not the service provider. So you are changing your belief system. That way, you are programming your mind. You have to live in it. And when you live in it, it energizes you to do it. Then you stop again. You stop building comfort and start building impact. You stop, replace comfort to impact. What I mean by that is that you need to I don't want to stay in my comfort zone, in my hiding shield. I want to go pro. And when you are growing pro, you are changing more people's life. You are building impacts. Then I want you to say yes to visibility. Say yes to impact. You have to change your belief system from hiding, replace hiding to visibility and impact. You have to say yes, yes, right? Yes, 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 here to recommendation. Replace stay small to yes to call to scale. You are called to scale. Replace comfort, hiding to visibility and impact. That is my recommendation for you. And if you do that, it's going to change everything for you. And so, if you are afraid to groan because you think it will cost you peace, I want you to remember this, okay? System creates space. Alignment creates ease. Purpose creates peace. Staying small out of fear will cost you all of these three things. Because when you are staying small, it will cost you your peace. It will cost you your space. You won't be able to grow. You won't be able to have freedom of mind because you overworking, over-deliver, and burn out, and no peace. And guess what? It's going to lie on your health. And you know the most valuable treasure thing someone has is your health. Because for the fact that you are called to serve, your health is supernatural important. You have to take care of yourself. You must take care of yourself, making sure that everything, every single health-wise is well taken care of. And when you systemize your process, that is a no-brainer because you just first do the thing. And when you do the thing, it becomes a mastery for you. And you can be able to enjoy and be able to serve these people at the higher calling. It is important. Very, very important. If this message activated something in you, I want to invite you to my masterclass where I will show you exactly how to clarify your premium positioning, package your genius into a scalable offer, and build system that sets you free. And also we have other coaching programs. And if you want to learn about books, how to write books, or you want to learn more about resources, we have a lot of links below in the video descriptions, which is going to take you to how to get it. So let's continue. The decision to grow is not about greed. It is about obedience to your assignments. We all have an assignment, and your assignment is to serve the people at the highest level by creating the transformation and be more visible, then be able to be discovered on the marketplace, not hiding because of the comfort zone, because you don't want people to see you. So your assignment is awaiting you. You need to stop shrinking for comfort. Stop shrinking for comfort. Start expanding for impact. Because the world needs the full version of you, not the edited version that is trying to stay safe. Not the edited version that is trying to stay safe. It is time to lead loud, build big, and scale in alignment. Until then, by then, I say thank you for trading your golden treasure with me, which is time. And I'm so glad to invest mine in you as well. Until then, by then, stay blessed by the best. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe in order to help us to promote this channel. And comment for more visibility, like, and ring the bell for more discovery when we release another content. Stay blessed by the best. Peace. Let me show you all the recap of everything that we do today. We talk about. This is the recap. I think these are the recap. So these are the recap. We have covered a lot today. And these are it. I believe you can be able to see it. Till then, God bless you. Thank you.